Hi, my name is Taya. I'm a part of the Epsilon group, and our study tackles the question whether there is a correlation between one's political affiliation and their attitudes and behaviors in regards to COVID-19. Basically, we're trying to figure out if how you identify politically has any effect on whether you were going to adhere to local mandates, like wearing a mask, getting vaccinated, maintaining social distancing, basically adopting these preventative practices. That's what the Epsilon group aims to tackle.
Hello, I'm Emma, and I did our methodology section. We took a mostly quantitative approach. We did a survey online, just shared on social media, and it was comprised of categorical, so nominal and ordinal variables, and also had a couple sections where people could expand if they wanted to. Because of the limited time frame, we had to go with just a convenience snowball sample, just to make sure that we would get enough data to actually look at it and have some actual findings from it.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I did our group's analysis. We had 92 people answer our survey. Of those 92, 89% were fully vaccinated against COVID. The other 11% was comprised of 4 people who were partially vaccinated, 2 who weren't vaccinated but planned on being vaccinated, and 4 who did not plan on getting vaccinated at all. About 11% of those who were at least partially vaccinated regretted their decision to do so, but that was made up of equal parts of all the different political parties, Democrats, Republicans, Independent, even those who chose not to vote. So that wasn't super indicative of what we were trying to accomplish with this survey. But then we started to look into who followed the COVID practices the most, like wearing a mask and social distancing, and we found that the highest concentration of Democratic voters always did those things, whereas the highest concentration of Republican voters did not. They were more towards the not so often or never category of doing those things.
Hello, I'm Grace, and I will be presenting the background literature. Much of the background literature aligns with the findings of the data pulled from the survey we conducted. One example of a piece of background literature related to COVID-19 response and political party affiliation is a study of high school students and their physical distancing during the COVID-19 pandemic and the possible influence of their identification as a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or unknown. Results of this study indicate infrequent physical distancing is more common in Republican participants than other identifications. Furthermore, the total number of social recreational activities within the previous 2 weeks is higher for Republican respondents than all other categories of political party affiliation. This aligns with the results stating that Democrat respondents comply to social distancing policies in overwhelming amount from our survey.
Hi, I'm Joe, presenting the conclusion. Although we were able to obtain a sufficient amount of data, our data was gathered through a survey, which can lead to multiple issues with how the data is gathered that are out of our control. Some of these issues that we must consider when interpreting our data are dishonest responses, varying interpretations or understandings of questions, or survey participants answering based on an ulterior agenda. Also, based on the relatively small population size, our survey is not fully representative of the wider population. We gathered interesting correlations in the survey responses, but any further research that could be done on this hypothesis and results could take a larger sample of a more representative population and/or use this data as a part of furthering a similar study. The fact that our hypothesis focuses on political affiliation makes it hard to enact any policies on certain groups and not others for the purposes of improving COVID-19 prevention procedures. However, the data that we have gathered does offer unique interpretations of how political affiliation can be a factor that affects someone's attitudes or viewpoints towards COVID-19.